The secret to change is to focus all your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Better to fight and fall than to live without hope. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them, that only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. I don't know the secret to success, but the secret to failure is trying to please everyone. You never realize when the most cherished moments of your life are happening. Try to enjoy every day. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Be brave and take risks. You don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. Love is about making time for each other, no matter how busy life gets. Know your worth. Never put yourself in the bargain bin, or that's where others will value you. Forgive your old self. You've changed. Go forth on your path as it exists only through your walking. The life we receive is not short, but we make it so we are not ill-provided, but use what we have wastefully. Don't change yourself just to make someone happy, unless that someone is you. Life is a series of collisions with the future. It is not the sum of what we have been, but what we yearn to be. No man can escape his destiny, the next inquiry being how he may best live the time that he has to live. The deepest longing in the human breast is the desire for appreciation. Work good spirits and the striving of the mind for perfection, for knowledge, lead to results that adorn life. You have to live the life you want to live. Trust your gut. It can save you from trouble. Many people are good at talking about what they are doing, but in fact do little. Others do a lot, but don't talk about it. They are the ones who make a community live. Stop doubting yourself. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. Fear of death increases in exact proportion to increase in wealth. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we speak. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Never say maybe if you want to say no. When all is said and done, you'll be increased. The only sad thing would be clinging to the past once it's out of reach. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. The first to apologize is the bravest. Get busy with life's purpose, toss aside empty hopes, and get active in your own rescue. You are the only person you can control. Whoever wishes to keep a secret must hide the fact that he possesses one. He who angers you conquers you. He who walks straight rarely falls. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Never sell out and trust your instincts. Do not seek, otherwise you will lose. Education in knowing things means nothing if you're not willing to put in effort and use what you know. You can always rise above those who offended you by forgiving them. Don't chase people who are walking out of your life. You never know who could be lending an ear to your ramblings. You make a life out of what you have, not what you're missing. Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. The difference between winning and losing is most often not quitting. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. The truth is you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Life is a crazy ride, and nothing is guaranteed. One day, you will thank yourself for not giving up. Good things do come to those who wait and suffer. It might take time and be a long and rough road, but it's completely and totally worth it. Life isn't always black and white. Sometimes you wing it. Life isn't fair. It's just fairer than death, that's all. Don't expect experience, experience life. Do not carry expectations on how it should be. Your entire life can change in an instant, so instead of passively taking what you have for granted, be grateful for it and do whatever good you can with it. You don't only live once, you live multiple lives within one. A confident person avoids two things in life: idle gossip and petty conflicts, choosing instead to cultivate understanding and foster harmony. Love grows when nurtured like a delicate flower. Smile a lot. It costs nothing and is beyond price. Love a friend remembering that he can become an enemy. Don't use time or words carelessly. Neither can be retrieved. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. The more you face challenges, the less you fear them. The question is not what you look at, but what you see. He who moves not forward goes backward. I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. Take a deep breath. It's just a bad day, not a bad life. Every failure is a lesson. If you are not willing to fail, you are not ready to succeed. Ignorance is the root and stem of every evil. Never try to gain somebody's sympathy. The people who care about you will be there for you when you need them. Remember, some things have to end for better things to begin. The things you do for yourself are gone when you are gone, but the things you do for others remain as your legacy. You think you know someone, but mostly you just know what you want to know. The truth is not for all men, but only for those who seek it. The power of forgiveness can set you free. Wealth is like seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become. And the same is true of fame. If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for ordinary. Choosing comfort over discomfort does not lead to a comfortable life. This will miraculously transform your whole life. Time is what we want most, but what we use the worst. Making others look bad doesn't make you look better. Just because you are going through hell right now doesn't mean you will never smile again. Pain is purely temporary. Don't hold your breath on people doing the right or ethical thing. People make decisions based on self-interests, not on what is right. Change the person in the mirror and your world will change. Success without hard work is a barren harvest. When patience pans out, you realize you've not waited for long. Hunger weakens and kills a person. The quickest way to double your money is to fold it over and put it back in your pocket. Nothing is worth more than this day. You're going to make a lot of people mad doing what's right for you. Don't chase women. Instead, focus on your growth, values, and cultivating kindness. The right person will find their way to you at the perfect moment without the need for chasing. One day your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching. It's not about perfect. It's about effort, and when you bring that effort every single day, that's where transformation happens. If you believe it will work out, you'll see opportunities. If you believe it won't, you will see obstacles. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Learn from who you were, appreciate who you've become, and carefully invest into who you want to be. Accept responsibility for your life. Know that it is you who will get you where you want to go, no one else. Life is a daring adventure or nothing. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Whatever you are, be a good one. A clear vision, backed by definite plans, gives you a tremendous feeling of confidence and personal power. Sorrow looks back. Worry looks around. Faith looks up. Don't wait for something good to happen. Realize that there are no participation trophies in life. Go out and do something for yourself. If you do not make yourself indispensable, you will be unemployed soon. You must welcome change as a rule, but not as your ruler. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. When you feel like quitting, think about why you started. Lack of activity destroys the good condition of every human being. Life is brutal and will break your heart, and you just have to be brave and do the best you can. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. Only you care. Do what uplifts you. The clever are not so much looking for loneliness as they avoid the fuss created by fools. Every day is a second chance. One of the most important things you can accomplish is just being yourself. Money is only a tool. It will take you wherever you wish, but it will not replace you as the driver. A comfort zone is a wonderful place, but nothing ever grows there. The days are long. The years are short. Heard this after I had my first kid. Couldn't be more true. Do not discuss your past with anyone, because only you know its true story and significance. Others may not understand or even use it against you. Controlling the present shapes the future. The start is what stops most people. The only mistake is not risking anything. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Before you speak, let your words pass through 3 gates. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? No regrets. Just do better next time. New food can only be taken when the old one is out of the stomach. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Life is a disease, and death begins already at birth. Every breath, every heartbeat is a moment of dying, a little shove toward the end. Love is about creating memories that last a lifetime. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Don't cling to yesterday. It was beautiful, but it was yesterday. Sometimes the world is trying to tell you who you are, but if you don't stop to reflect and listen, you'll never be able to hear. Remember that poverty does not come about by diminishing wealth, but by multiplying desires. Wanting to be ahead of them, he becomes behind. You need to stop doing things for someone when you find out it's expected rather than appreciated. If you knew how rarely we are understood correctly, you would be silent more often. There's no quick and easy way to achieve or attain something valuable and hard-earned. Anyone else who tells you otherwise is trying to sell you something. This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time. Your life becomes meaningful in precise proportion to the depths of the responsibility you are willing to shoulder. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Don't just exist, live. The life you experience is simply a reflection of your mindset. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. Winners are not afraid of losing, but losers are. Failure is part of the process of success. People who avoid failure also avoid success. Peace begins with a smile. Learn to be self-sufficient and realize you are a mortal who will suffer horribly later if you don't become independent and resourceful. Find something to love, lean on, and keep you going. If you're not resilient by now, life is only going to get tougher for you. A broken heart is just the growing pains necessary so that you can love more completely when the real thing comes along. To see what is right and not do it is the worst cowardice. You do not find the happy life. You make it. The real question of life after death isn't whether or not it exists, but even if it does, what problem does this really solve? How much you can learn when you fail determines how far you will go in achieving your goals. Confidence is the greatest friend. Never argue with a fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference. When your work speaks for itself, don't interrupt. Depend on yourself, never on others. Always listen to your gut. Somehow it knows many things that you wouldn't expect. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness, that is life. There are more things likely to frighten us than to crush us. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. Turn wounds into wisdom. There are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Things never happen the same way twice. Time heals almost everything. Give it time. Don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. If you're trying to break a habit, don't say, "This is the last time I'm doing it," to yourself. Instead, say, "This is the first time I'm not doing it." You meet every single person for a reason. Just let it be. Disregard for others' opinions will always annoy those who cling to the illusion of importance. The world is all the richer for having a devil in it, so long as we keep our foot upon his neck. Being alone is a power very few can handle. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Nature hath given men one tongue, but 2 ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. What's said or done in anger is irreversible. Some day isn't even a real day, although for some people it's every day. They are not dead who live in the hearts they leave behind. Almost every successful person begins with 2 beliefs. The future can be better than the present, and I have the power to make it so. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. Live in the present and make it beautiful. Dream big and dare to fail. You'll face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. There is nothing as eloquent as a rattlesnake's tail. Agreed, but nature set a limit on that, as it did on eating and drinking. If you only blame your problems on someone else, don't expect your life to get better. Thanks for watching. To make sure you don't miss any future videos, please click the circular subscribe button in the middle of the screen. You can also check out more videos on the left or our playlists on the right. Don't forget to like and share to help us spread the word. Thanks you.